Greetings, Austin Seminary students, staff, faculty, alums, friends, stakeholders, and Board of Trustees. Many of you students are away from campus during this spring break, and so I'm outside here on campus in order to share with you how spring is arriving here in full force this week. I've gotten my first peek of bluebonnets and the leafing out of trees and the blooming of flowers. It is beautiful here right now. All of this beauty is a refreshing thing, especially in this particular spring, as we remember that these are extraordinary times that we are living in. Times in which it is as if each new day brings new cause for fear and anxiety. Much of this fear and anxiety is turning around the spread of COVID-19. When we first heard of this new virus, it exposed itself primarily on the other side of the world, and so many of us ignored it for months. Now we know that it has caused a global pandemic that has marched across the vast landscape of our nation. Positive cases of this virus are now being discovered here in Austin, and it's not a distant thing on the other side of the world anymore. I want you students to know that Austin Seminary is taking extraordinary measures to address your safety and that of your families. I'm not going to rehearse these messages here because you can read about them in depth by going to the home page of our website and by clicking on the link that says What's New. But one of those measures I do want to mention is that when spring break is over and you come back, we will be offering your courses online, at least for the near future, and if necessary, longer. We'll be canceling or postponing many events previously scheduled, and we will be offering weekly worship and, if necessary, the Triduum, the great 3 days ushering in Easter, in virtual forms, all designed to enable social distancing, a necessary and very effective force in these times, which can help to keep us safe, us and our families and loved ones, as we limit our contact with others. Not forever, but for now. Not since the outbreak of 2 world wars in the first half of the 20th century has this campus experienced something so disruptive. And yet we need not be afraid, for we are bound up in the holy purposes of a big God, one who gave us a heritage, one who gave us birth, one who gave us a redemptive story that creates a hopeful people, one who gave us a future for which we're preparing right now, right here. And I believe that we are here as a community to show forth, even in this moment, the hope embodied in our past, our present, and our future. And yet in this moment, we need to stay closer to our homes, our dorm rooms, our apartments, our computer screens, and suspend many of our usual group gatherings. We need to be careful and wise, but not afraid, because together as a community, we're going to get to the other side of this. Kay and I went to worship this past Sunday, worship with our church, University Presbyterian Church here in Austin. But for the first time in our 18 years in that church, we went virtually. It was an amazing service. Pastor Matt Gaventa preached from what appeared to be his living room, and in his sermon he said those words that I just used a moment ago, "We're going to get to the other side of this," he said. And then he went on to say, because God so loved the world, because God so loved the world that God created it from nothing out of love, because God so loved the world that God bound herself to it with covenant promises, with manna in the wilderness, with a path through the desert, with a call from the mountaintop. For God so loved the world that he was born into its midst, that he was a child in this world, that he lived in this world, that he ate and drank in this world, that he made friends in this world, that he made a home in this world, that he insisted upon a home in this world, that he demanded to be home in this world. This world is God's home, and there is nothing in death or life or angels nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation that can pry this home from God's hands. Those words came right on time for me. They reminded me that this campus is our home too, because it is God's first. This seminary campus, this city, this whole wide world, and because we are children of God's, we belong here. And again, we will get to the other side together. Thank you, and peace be with you.